The night we fell apart, the way it all turned out, the lies as thick as blood that ran from your mouth. The picture I threw at the wall, the glass that rained to the floor, the red of your face as you screamed, "There's no you and me anymore." Was there you and me at all? Then there was this spark that lit your eye. It was a look I'd grown to know so well. But baby, all the times you raved about sin, and now you wanna send us straight to hell. Well, what the hell? And so you gave yourself to me. We trembled and burned between the sheets. And you sat on the edge of my bed and you swore it was wrong, but it felt alright to me. I guess maybe I had stopped caring, and maybe I wasn't perfect, but come on baby, neither were you. But still, you know I never blamed you for moving on to something new. And nothing's ever gonna be perfect, and god damn it, neither were you. But still, I can never blame you for moving on to someone new. For moving on to someone new. The night we fell apart, the way it all turned out, the lies as thick as blood that I spat from my mouth. I'm Sterling Dorrell. I play guitar and keys and do backing vocals for LeGrand, as well as writing some of my own solo stuff. I've really been around music my whole life. Come from a very musical family. My mom played guitar since she was a teenager. My sister was a huge Mickey Mouse Club fan when I was a kid. I used to watch it with her all the time. From a very young age, it got me really into pop music, which is what really inspired me through a lot of up through grade school and even junior high, listening to the boy bands NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. Those are what actually made me want to perform. It was what seemed interesting to me at the time. About 8th grade for Christmas, I got a bass guitar, and that's really what moved me more into, I guess, the rock music, learning like Green Day and Good Charlotte songs and Newfound Glory. And it didn't take very long for me to get bored with just 4 strings. So that's when I started playing guitar, probably right around the end of 8th grade. Really have just spent hours and hours sitting around every day, especially that first summer after 8th grade, just playing guitar for 10 hours a day even, because I didn't have anything else to do. It just went on from there. I just met friends that were musicians and started creating bands, just crappy high school punk bands. I'm from Kansas and started coming over to St. Joe more often and met friends from St. Joe and started a little bit more serious rock bands over here, but that still never really went anywhere. My last St. Joe band I had the last one that we were trying to do something with was called Salinger, and after they broke up, it was about like 6 months that I wasn't in a band, and I really hated it. And then I met LeGrand and joined them, and the rest is history. I've been playing with LeGrand for like 3 years now, and I couldn't be happier with where we are as musicians, where we are as a band, where we are as friends. I really love what part music is in my life right now. It's awesome. LeGrand, we kind of consider ourselves based out of Kansas City, but because I have, the entire time I've been in LeGrand, have been living in St. Joe, we've considered it sort of our second home. And actually recently we've been playing probably more shows in St. Joe than we have in Kansas City. The scene changes so much around here. I remember when I was with Salinger back in like high school and beginning of college, it was when there was, the Apple House and the Scallywag and these great all ages clubs that, there would be, you could play there 3 nights a week and there would still be at least 30, 40 kids there to watch you, just because there wasn't any other all ages places for music. Mostly the Scallywag is where Salinger used to play all the time. And then, as those places closed, it became hard for younger bands. A lot of times the bars don't want to have you if you're not 21 and you don't have much of a 21 and up crowd, which we didn't have much of an above 21 crowd until we started getting into the St. Joe scene more, and just got lucky that the bars let us play even though that they never really heard of us or anything, and just started getting a growing fan base under us in St. Joe. I see the scene picking up because I see all these kids that are around my age and a little bit younger. That really powerful music scene from back when I was in high school, those kids are now old enough to go to 21 and up shows, and they're old enough to play 21 and up shows and go to bars and advertise. And so I see it picking back up. A lot of friends of mine in bands around here that I'm really excited to see what happens with the St. Joe scene in the next few years. Even though LeGrand will not be here as much, we definitely always love playing in St. Joe and always have a great time, and there are a lot of awesome musicians in this town. I have always believed since I was old enough to, I guess, sort of understand it and create semi-philosophies about things. I've just always believed in the power of music because I can tell how it affects me. And, even back in junior high and late grade school, I remember hearing songs and being like, man, that's cool. That actually affects my emotion. Something that someone else created, someone that I don't know, someone that I'll probably never meet in my life, something they created. I hear it through a speaker 20 years later, and it means something to me. That blows me away. I could never explain that. I can never really understand that, and I think that's why I love music so much, because there is sort of this mystery of, it's a person just playing instruments and singing, but once it's down and once it means something to someone, then it's so much more than just a person playing an instrument and singing. I feel lucky to have the talent to do that, to make things that affect people. And music is everything to me. I don't know where I'd be without it. And I know there's millions of other people in the world who don't know where they'd be without music. It's great. This has been a one-on-one with Sterling Dorrell, and you're watching Tuning Fork TV.